Hey, welcome back to another journey. You know, what a day today has been. Have you ever had one of those days where, everything's hectic and you try to jam everything in? And my schedule was just nonstop today. From the time the store called me and said, "Your glasses are in," and I went to go pick up my glasses and run all kinds of errands, and my phone charger wasn't working, and I had to go get a new phone charger, and it was just one thing after another. And I was trying to really sit down and prepare for our journey today. So I really think that we need a time of refreshing. We need a time of refreshing under the palm trees. And I have to share something with you. I want to show you this. This is a pen that my daughter gave to me. And I don't know if you can see it, but on the tip of that pen, hanging from it, is a palm tree. And I really treasure this pen because my daughter gave it to me. And I treasure it because it began to take me on a journey to a prophet's reward. The Lord began to speak to me about palm trees in the Bible. And I wanted to share with you. I wrote some notes about the things that the Lord was revealing to me. And I want to take this time to share it with you. Come on, come with me. Get under the palm trees in the sunshine. Let's look at some places on our map where we can find the palm trees and get under the palm trees. Actually, in the Bible, I learned that there's a place called the City of Palm Trees. So you might be wondering, well, where is the City of Palm Trees? Well, according to our map, it's in Deuteronomy 34, verse 3, where it says, the south and the plain of the valley of Jericho, the city of palm trees, as far as Zoar. Now, for the purpose of our experience and journey today to a prophet's reward, the city of palm trees is really a spiritual place wherever we tabernacle with the Lord. Come on, let's step into the sunshine. As you get under the palm trees, you will begin to recognize the Son of Man, who is the Son of God, under the palm trees. Well, how is under the palm trees any different in recognizing him than any other place? Well, let's look around on our journey today. You might notice, in fact, that palm trees appear to be different sizes and shapes, but whatever the appearance of a palm tree, the map points us to a deeper meaning of the palm tree from Psalm 92, verse 12. It says, "The righteous shall flourish like a palm tree. He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon." So the city of palm trees for us on our journey today is going to reflect the city of the righteous. Also, our map tells us of 70 palm trees in Exodus 15, verse 27. It says, "Then they came to Elim, where there were 12 wells of water and 70 palm trees." So they camped there by the waters. Isn't that interesting that they had camp and water supply by the 70 palm trees? So they got refreshed and nourished by the 70 palm trees. However, as Psalm 92 had said, that the righteous flourish like palm trees. Could God have been speaking to them that they too were going to flourish in righteousness like palm trees? And isn't it interesting that there were 70 palm trees? Let's see if maybe that foreshadowed something in the scriptures. Let's look at our map in Exodus 24, verse 1, where it says, "Now he said to Moses, 'Come up to the Lord, you and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel, and worship from afar.'" Okay, so in that passage, there were 12 wells, which we can identify or relate to as the 12 tribes and the 12 disciples. However, what about those 70 palm trees and 70 elders? Our map revealed that the 70 elders were called up to worship the Lord. Isn't that what righteousness is all about? Just embracing the Lord, worshiping the Lord, and also he calls out the righteous from among them. What about this other point on our map? Luke 10, verse 1. It says, "After these things, the Lord appointed 70 others," which means 70 disciples. "And he sent them 2 by 2 before his face into every city and place where he himself was about to go." So now we see that there were 70 palm trees, 70 elders called up to worship, and 70 disciples sent out to minister. There seems to be a connection with this number 70, a revelation that reveals something symbolic to us. When they were by the 70 palm trees, they got refreshed and rested and nourished. And really, that place of those 70 palm trees was their saving grace on their journey in the wilderness. Seems that it was a type of salvation. The 70 elders caught up on the mountain is what happens to us when God calls us out from among the world. He calls us out from among them to be his and to worship him and serve him. And then the 70 disciples, well, Jesus sent them out, and that's what happens after we are equipped by the Lord, from his word, from those who are strong in the Lord, those who are pillars in the Lord. Then we too are sent out to minister and serve others for the Lord. There's our 70s. Let's just go a little bit further before we take our rest under our palm trees. Now think about the gospel message. The 70 disciples were taking the gospel message around, right? So the gospel message then stirs people to salvation, to seek the Lord, to seek him, to find him, to get to know him better, to get closer to him. And our map shows us this kind of desire in us to relate to the Lord, to tabernacle with him. And it shows this in Leviticus 23, verse 40, how the people worshiped and tabernacled with the Lord under the leaves of palms. And the Lord actually called them to do that. It says, "And you shall take for yourselves on the first day the fruit of beautiful trees, branches of palm trees, and willows of the brook. And you shall rejoice before the Lord your God for 7 days. This same worship and tabernacling with the Lord was also somewhat demonstrated in the New Testament in John chapter 12, verses 12 through 13, which is on our map today. And it says, "The next day, a great multitude that had come for the feast, when they heard that Jesus was coming to Jerusalem, took branches of palm trees and went out to meet him. And they cried, 'Hosanna! Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord, the King of Israel.'" They recognized the Lord, just as I said earlier, that when we are under the palm trees, we will recognize the Son of Man, who is the Son of God. Now, as we said, we will get under the palm trees in the sunshine. The sunshine. And we will need our sunglasses and our suntan lotion. Why? Because of the brilliance of the King of Kings. He is a brilliant light. He is like sunlight. And his presence is like fire from the throne, just like the fiery heat of the sun. So when you get into that tabernacling presence of the Lord, you need your spiritual sunglasses and your spiritual suntan lotion so that you can bask in his sunshine. Come on, let us tabernacle with King Jesus today under the palm trees. I'm going to give you our map points so that you know how we got under the palm trees. Deuteronomy chapter 34, verse 3. Exodus chapter 15, verse 27. Again, Exodus 24, verse 1. Luke 10, verse 1. Leviticus 23, verse 40. John 12, verses 12 and 13. And Psalm 92, verse 12. Okay, I think we have needed this time of refreshing with the Lord, tabernacling with him under the palm trees. And don't forget to stay on the righteous path. Until next time.